हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। जय श्री प्रभुपाद, जय गुरुदेव।
अतुल्य माय प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम। जय श्री प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम और ग्लोरीज।
शुद्धवाणी माता जी और ग्लोरी श्री प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। जय श्री प्रभुपाद।
दंडवत प्रणाम हिमाचल प्रभु। जय श्री प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी। जय श्री श्रीला प्रभुपाद एंड गुरु महाराज मात प्रभु जी।
दंडवत प्रणाम राधा भवानी माता जी। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
नंदलाल प्रभु हरे कृष्णा। दंडवत प्रणाम।
Prabhuji, I have one question, if I can ask.
Okay, yes, please.
Prabhuji, how many assignments we have in NOD? Do we have any? 5 assignments. Okay.
So 4 are released, Prabhuji. One is on Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. We will see if we can finish Bhava Bhakti. One more session, Prema Bhakti. That will be end of NOD. Next week will be the last session.
Then exam. And then exam will be, how many questions, Prabhuji, it will be? Because Prabhu is so thorough. I mean, I was doing the assignment. It's hard to remember a lot of things, lot of narrations. It's mind-boggling. I mean,
It's a tough one. Nectar of Devotion is the toughest one among all 4. I agree, and but I would say it's very, very important for Brahmanas or those who are Brahman initiated devotees to have a thorough understanding of the subject matter. Actually, the book itself has, I think, over 50 chapters, Prabhuji, and it goes way more deeper. This Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is the sanam bonum of Rupa Goswami's book. Like the most, what do we say, most important or most enlivening. And we are only doing the beginner section of this book, Prabhuji. That also is very thorough, actually.
Prabhuji, to understand like how far I am that I'm not able to understand.
Yeah, ask questions, Prabhuji. Any place, any difficulty, ask question either through text or in the group.
Yeah, Prabhuji, sure, thank you. So, Prabhuji, that for the answer what you message me, it's for, I mean, it's for 3 things which we can free from, like, bhakti from the caste and religion, and then bhakti from materialistic things, beyond the materialistic thing, karma and gyan. That is the, Prabhuji, understanding of that.
So that I will leave final decision to you.
No worries, Prabhuji.
But you are in right direction. You are in right direction.
Okay.
Okay. Any other devotees have any other question before we start? Okay. Regarding NOD exam, if somebody is curious, I mean, I'm sure everyone is curious. It's 2 hours. The first section has 6 questions. We have to answer any 4 of them. The second part also has 6 questions, and we also have to answer any 4 of them. And then there are some small 1-line questions. It's total 50 marks, total 2 hours. So can you all see the presentation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, so exam paper is very easy. I just checked it. If you know the presentations well and have some understanding about the book, you should be able to easily go through it. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथामृतं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वर। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। It's a very advanced topic. Bhava Bhakti covers 2 chapters. Prema Bhakti is 1 chapter, chapter 19th. This it's an ocean. It has an east wave. It has an eastern part of the ocean, western part, southern part, northern part. So this is one part of the ocean. And this ocean, this side of the ocean, eastern side, has 4 waves: first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave. First wave we covered about the introduction and what is Shuddha Bhakti. We discussed some definition of Shuddha Bhakti from Rupa Goswami, from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Narad Muni, Narad Pancharatrika. And then we covered the 6 characteristics of Shuddha Bhakti. So that was the first wave. Second wave speak about Sadhana Bhakti, speak about Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, 64 Rangas of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, which we covered last week. Now, Bhava Bhakti. Bhava Bhakti can be attained through Vaidhi. Bhava Bhakti can be attained through Vaidhi, Raganuga and then Bhava. Once again, Bhava Bhakti can be attained through Vaidhi. You can come to Bhava, or you can come to Bhava through Vaidhi, Raganuga and Bhava. But the results that a Bhava Bhakta attain, if he comes from Vaidhi to Bhava, is Dwarka or Vaikuntha. But the result that Bhava Bhakta attains from Vaidhi to Raganuga to Bhava is Goloka Vrindavan. Only Raganuga Bhakti can help us because we need of the mercy of a resident of Vrindavan to pull us to Vrindavan. There is no other way to go to Vrindavan. Only Bhaktivinoda Thakur says first we are attracted to Radha and Krishna, and then we are attracted to the associates, and taking shelter of the associate of Radha and Krishna are more important at some point of time, especially when we attain, and that's what it also means to become Dasanudas, servant of the Lord, and that's the way to access Vrindavan. So there is Bhava Bhakti, and then the next presentation is Prema Bhakti definition. Suddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Suryamshu Samyabha Ruchibhishchipta Mashunya Krita Shaubhava Uchite. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma. Shuddha Sattva, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, it's a combination of Samvit and Haladini. Means when a person attains Bhava stage, he is surcharged with Haladini Shakti. Like he is condensed spiritual potency lies in the heart of that person. Ladini. Bliss lies in the heart of that person. And that person knows everything. Sambit is a cognizance or knowledge potency. So all the Vedic knowledge is revealed to that person. हम बोलते हैं ना दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित, तो all the Vedic knowledge lies in the heart of that person and bliss lies. So he knows everything. We see the difference between Madhyam Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari. He has complete realization. He can defeat anybody also. He has perfect understanding, and that is all revealed from within his heart. So there's Sambit potency. It's just even if somebody doesn't read anything, he knows everything from within the heart. Example is Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj. He had complete understanding because of his Bhava and Prema Bhakti. Although by material standards, Maharaj was not literate, but people will come for guidance and he gives a perfect counseling. So there is Samvit and Haladini Shakti. Then Bhava, Prema, Suryamsu, Samyabhak. Prema is like a sun. And Amsu means a ray. So Bhava is like the ray and Prema is like the sun. Bhava is a ray of the sun of Prema, which will soon rise in the heart. Bhava means it's like a ray of sun. It's like you see something, but it is still not fully manifest. Krishna has not fully manifest. Full manifestation happens only at the stage of Prema. Then this is primary characteristics. Then secondary characteristics are the second two lines. Ruchi bhis chitta mashinya. Bhava softens the heart with the desire for attaining Krishna, pleasing Krishna, and be friendly with Krishna. Bhava softens the heart with the desire for attaining Krishna. I think this is the primary and the first two are secondary. I'm getting confused. But anyways, the heart becomes very soft with the desire for attaining, like the heart melts. The heart cries out of longing, out of separation, with a desire for attaining Krishna. The heart is very eager, intense desire to please Krishna. Krishna, how can I serve you? And be friendly with Krishna. Means there is a very deep connection one feels, and the heart melts with the desire to attain him, to please him. Such bhakti is called Bhava Bhakti. So when the relationship with Krishna is very deep, that is a primary characteristic. And one feels bliss and knowledge, that is secondary characteristic. In other words, one may feel once in a while bliss and knowledge, understanding, faith and ecstasy, but that's not Bhava. That's why it said that the secondary primary is intense desire to heart is softened with the intense desire to attain Krishna and to please Krishna. Bhava is the preliminary stage, Prartha Mahavastha, or a sprout of prema. In that stage, few symptoms of ecstasy such as tears, ashru, and hair standing on end, pulaka, manifest. While in the stage of prema, they manifest completely. Like Bhakti Thakur says, pulaka sharira. In that song, like hair stand on end and tears. These are few symptoms of ecstasy. Again, these are secondary symptoms. One may get tears in the eyes once in a while, and one's hair may stand on end, but that does not mean bhava. We will see different kinds of bhava, and that will be covered there. But when every action is done with a desire, with the intense longing to attain him and to please him, then bhava has been attained successfully. They sometimes exhibit these symptoms. In prema, they completely manifest. Above example of Bhava Bhakti, continually meditating on the Lord's lotus feet, Ambarish develops slight transformations of heart, shivering and tears in his eyes. Padma Puran says, when he would meditate on lotus feet of Krishna, he would start he will have tears and his body will start shivering, and his heart will be transformed by remembering the lotus feet of Krishna. So those deep emotions while remembering, that's a sign of Bhava. Then though Bhava is self-revealing, Swayam Prakash, it appears to manifest by the mind and becomes the state of mind, emotion. So Bhava is not dependent upon the mind, but it appears to manifest by the mind. It seems like the mind is very much attracted, but Bhava is not dependent. Mind is subtle body. At the stage of Bhava, the subtle body does not interfere, but it appears to manifest by the mind and becomes the state of mind. Like the mind is, it appears that the mind is completely absorbed, full of emotions. But Bhava is not dependent upon that. Seems like that. It is actually the essential nature of the soul. And though in its essential nature, Bhava is taste itself, it also acts as the cause of tasting the sweetness of Krishna's pastimes, forms, qualities, and his associates. Krishna's pastimes are very sweet, but we cannot relish them. Krishna form is very attractive, Krishna flute is very attractive, Krishna qualities, Krishna associates. Everyone is very attractive, but we cannot appreciate them. Either Krishna form, Krishna's quality, Krishna plays flute, very nice, but we cannot appreciate. Anything Krishna does, but Bhava becomes the cause of tasting the sweetness. When we come to Bhava, then these things are very sweet. They completely capture our mind. And it is the Bhava that causes us to taste the sweetness of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. That's the nature of Bhava. Now, what give rise to Bhava? Causes of Bhava. One is sadhana, abhiniveshena, and one is Krishna tad bhaktayo prasad. Mercy of Krishna tad bhaktayo prasad. Either mercy of Krishna or mercy of a bhakta or by sadhana. There are three ways we can attain Bhava. Once again, by our own sadhana we can attain Bhava, by Krishna's mercy, or by the mercy of pure devotees. These are the three ways. Prabhupada also says even if one is very fallen, very degraded, and one is breaking the regulative principle, by the mercy of pure devotees, one can immediately advance. Prabhupada would say, and this is what Rupa Goswami says, devotees mercy can give you bhakti right away. We will see some examples in all these. So absorption in sadhana, there is Vaidhi sadhana, there is Raganuga sadhana. At stage of nishtha or previous association of great devotees. So Vaidhi sadhana, Raganuga bhakti sadhana, we discussed as we either by great association of great devotees or as we become purified, the heart becomes purified, it develops absorption sadhana. And when our sadhana is very absorbed, that gives rise to Bhava. Another is by Krishna's mercy, one can attain Bhava. Krishna's mercy can come by vachik, by words. Krishna may say, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, may Krishna bless you. And that's like Mahaprabhu is by word, he himself. This is Krishna's mercy because he is Krishna himself. So vachik, by words. Then, and we also see like Vishnu congratulating Brahma. And he told Brahma that Maya will not, like he said, let me not be caught by illusory energy. And Krishna said, Tathastu. So when Krishna gives, like he speaks, may this happen to you, and that's it. That will happen. So by vachik, by alokadan, by glances, Krishna looks and Krishna glances at somebody and they can receive Bhava. And I relate to Mahaprabhu's pastime very much with respect to these cases. Mahaprabhu, wherever he looked, he would give prema to them. So by glances and by harda, by wishes. Either Krishna desire, Krishna glance, or Krishna give benediction. Anyways, by Krishna's mercy, one will immediate. These are Kripa Siddhas basically. The second part are Kripa Siddhas, and two kind of Kripa Siddhas, Kripa coming from Krishna and Kripa coming from Shuddha Bhaktas. And the first part is based on our sadhana. The first way is normal, the first way is normal, the second one is rare. We cannot don't do our sadhana and sit idle and do our things and waiting for Krishna and devotees' mercy to come and give us bhava. That will not happen. It may happen, but very rarely. Generally, it is the normal way is sadhana bhakti. We go through Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, and then once Krishna inspires us, we can take the path of Raganuga sadhana bhakti at advanced stage, and that will take us to bhava bhakti. Bhava arising from Vaidhi sadhana. In the association, this example is Narad Muni. In the association of Bhakti Vedantas, who mercifully gave him permission to hear Krishna Katha, Narad Muni heard Krishna's topics and became attracted. By listening to them attentively, his rati or bhava for Krishna appeared. So there's an example of Vaidhi sadhana. One of the item of Vaidhi bhakti is hearing, Shravana. Narad Muni heard from Bhakti Vedantas, and by hearing, he developed bhava. The word bhava is synonymously used with the word rati. Rati and bhava are used simultaneously. So by Shravanam, by Seva, Vaishnav Seva, which is also Anga of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and he attained bhava, he attained prema. So that's an example of bhava through Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Then there's another example. In the association of devotees, Krishna, this is from Bhagavad. In the association of devotees, Krishna Katha is pleasing to the ear and the heart, and by this one gradually develops faith, Shraddha, Rati and Bhava, Rati and Prema. And this basically refers to Shraddha, Bhava and Prema. Rati and Bhava are same. So this is Kapila Muni, and he says, when we hear about Krishna from in devotee association, Krishna Katha will become very pleasing. I mean, we can hear Krishna Katha by ourselves or read Krishna Katha by ourselves. But when we hear it in association of devotees, Krishna Katha becomes more pleasing to the ear and the heart. And by this one gradually develops faith, bhava and prema. This is again example of Lord Kapila Muni speaking about bhava through Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Then Rati and Bhava have the same meaning in the Puranas and Natya Shastra, and hence in this book too. So this is Rupa Goswami saying, when I say Rati or Bhava, same. Bhava arising from Raganuga sadhana, there is an example of a young girl with a joyful heart, eager to dance the whole night to please the Lord and get his grace. By the grace of Krishna's deity form, she developed rag similar to that of Krishna's dear associates. She said, among many women, the Lord has greatest affection for me. He dances with me while embracing me. This girl, she basically Prabhupada explains further, but she basically went into the mood of Srimati Radharani, and how Srimati Radharani longs and have a intense desire to please Krishna, or how gopis, they dance for the pleasure of Krishna, following their footsteps, following Srimati Radharani and the gopis. This young girl, she danced whole night for the pleasure of the deity of Krishna. And she was doing this in the mood of the gopis and Srimati Radharani. And this is Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti means how for this case, how the gopis are trying to please Krishna. This girl is trying to follow their footsteps to please Krishna. And that's why it's Raganuga Bhakti. Now, for example, dancing whole night, it's not necessarily a part of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. But it was in the mood of the gopis. And that's why. And she attained perfection. In one night, she attained perfection. So on this example, I think, wow, one night attained perfection. One night dancing in the pure mood attained perfection. So this is example of Bhava arising from Raganuga Sadhana.
Prabhuji, can you repeat, Prabhuji, that example? Sorry, I missed that, Prabhuji.
There was a young girl, Mataji. She danced whole night. She was dancing in the mood of how the gopis and how Srimati Radharani dance for the pleasure of Krishna. And in that mood, following their footsteps, she danced whole night to please a deity of Krishna. She had a deity in front of her, a deity of Krishna. She danced in that mood. That's Raganuga Bhakti, following a resident of Vrindavan. And in one night, she attained perfection.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
And then there is Bhava arising through Krishna's mercy, Vachik or verbal mercy. Lord, like Krishna saying, Lord Krishna said to Narada, O best of the Brahmanas, may you have undeviating bhakti, bhava for me, which is the crest jewel of all auspiciousness and full of bliss eternally. Naradiya Puran, where it says that Lord Krishna personally told Narada. This is when Narad Muni went to Dwarka. And Narad Muni and Krishna and Lord Krishna and Narada, they had many interactions. So when he went to Dwarka, then Lord Krishna told Dwarka. He went with the news when Lord Krishna showed his Mahaprabhu form also. That time he told Narada that, O best of Brahmanas, may you have bhava for me. And then Krishna describes that this is the crest jewel of all auspicious. There is nothing as auspicious in life as attaining bhava for Krishna. And Krishna describes bhava as and full of bliss eternally. Full of bliss eternally. So Narad Muni, because Krishna said, may you attain Bhava Bhakti for me. So now Narad Muni is eternally full of bliss. And he his life is the crest jewel of all auspiciousness. This is Vachik, verbal mercy. Then there is Alokadam, or mercy by glance. When the inhabitants of Jangal province saw Krishna, their hearts melted and they could not take their eyes away from him. Skanda Puran. So there is a um, um, there is a place called Jangala. The inhabitants of Jangala, they were praying to Krishna. Krishna appeared to them, and Krishna glanced at them, and then they glanced at Krishna. And because Krishna glanced at them, their heart melted, and they couldn't take their eyes away from him. So when they glanced at Krishna, and when Krishna glanced at them, then their heart was full of bhava. So they attained bhava bhakti because, like, the heart melted, could not take their eyes away from him. This is the part of bhava. Now there are many people who saw Krishna when Krishna was on this planet, and like Duryodhan saw, others saw, but they were not filled with bhava. But when Krishna looked at these inhabitants of Jangala province, then Krishna, through the glance Krishna gave them bhava bhakti. And the symptom is their hearts melted and they could not take their eyes away from him. Then there is Harda, or heartfelt wishes. Narada told Vyasadeva, you have given birth to a great devotee son. Bhakti to Vishnu Bhava has appeared within his heart without sadhana. So this Narad Muni is saying to Vyasadeva about Sukadev Goswami that without any sadhana, may he have, you have given birth to a great devotee son. Bhakti to Vishnu Bhava has appeared within his heart without sadhana. So this is his Narad Muni blessed, or Narad Muni said. It is said in one book I was reading, it is said for a pure devotee, is not applicable to us. For a pure devotee, their words never go false. If a pure devotee says something, even casually, if a pure devotee says something, let this happen to you, that will happen. Pure devotees' word don't go false. So once you get a pure devotee, you can ask pure devotee, Maharaj or Prabhu, whoever, please bless me so I can do this. And if they say Tathastu, or if they say, may your desire fulfill true, then they will say and forget and go. Krishna becomes bound to fulfill that benediction. So it is very, very important to somehow or other let the pure devotee say something, give you some benediction about pure devotion, your life will become successful. So here Narad Muni said, heartfelt wishes. Narad Muni said to Vyasadeva, this child will have bhava, bhakti for Vishnu, and the child will have now. Sukadev Goswami developed bhakti by remembering the Lord while still in the womb by Lord's good wishes, Harda. I'm little confused on this, but anyways. Okay. Then there is Bhakta Prasadajaha. Bhava arising from devotees' mercy. Narad Muni told Yudhishthir, Prahlad had unflinching faith in Krishna and natural attraction for him. Narada granted that favor to Prahlad. Thus his Rati or Bhava is called Naishargiki, true mercy. Why I was confused about the last one here is because this is Narada telling to Vyasadeva. Bhakti to Vishnu has appeared within his heart without sadhana. This harda or heartfelt wishes is, one is you can, if devotee says may, that will also come true, that is devotee's mercy. But this harda is actually when Krishna gives blessings. So these are the three kinds of bhava arising from Krishna's mercy. Or maybe I can go through it. Yeah, I think this is referred to Krishna telling Sukadev Goswami first that Maya will not touch you. And maybe that's why Narad Muni is telling that he has bhakti already because Krishna blessed him. Krishna has heartfelt wishes. And probably that's why this example is there. Because I was thinking, just Narada to Vyasa will come under devotee's mercy. There has to be the Lord involved in it. Basically, the idea is when the Lord, either the Lord speaks or the Lord glances or the Lord desires. All right, this will happen. And that will happen. That is one way to attain Bhava through Krishna's mercy. Another is through Bhakta Prasadaja, through Bhakta, mercy of devotee. This is example of mercy of devotee, Bhava arising from devotee's mercy. Narad Muni told Yudhishthira Maharaj. This comes in 7th canto. There is an interaction between Narad and Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira asked many questions about how can Shishupal enter into. He was so envious by nature, and still he ended up in attaining Krishna. His soul entered into the body of Krishna, and he noticed, so he was surprised. And then Narad Muni starts by giving an example that Krishna is neutral. Krishna is not biased, and anybody who thinks of Krishna in any circumstances. Example of out of envy Shishupal, out of fear, we discussed this. Out of fear, Kamsa, anybody who thinks of Krishna in any way will become purified. And Hiranyakashipu also, out of anger, and then Narad Muni says he be out of out of anger he attained, and then Yudhishthira Maharaj, Narad Muni told that his son was Prahlad, who was a great devotee. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj asked this question: how can a great devotee be born? To why was the question that Yudhishthira Maharaj asked is generally a pure devotees are very pleasing and everybody loves them. So how could Hiranyakashipu had such anger towards Prahlad? So, and then Narad Muni starts explaining the story of Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. The whole thing happens as an interaction between Narad Muni and Maharaj Yudhishthira. So there Narad Muni told Yudhishthira in 7th canto 4th chapter, Prahlad had unflinching faith in Krishna and natural attraction for him. Narada granted that favor to Prahlad. Thus his Rati or Bhava is called Naishargiki, through mercy. So when Prahlad was in the womb, then Narad Muni desired that Prahlad become a great devotee, and he spoke Bhagavatam. When he was speaking Bhagavatam, he was speaking Bhagavatam to the child, and Narad Muni desired that may this child be a great devotee of the Lord. And while speaking, because he had that intention for Prahlad, Prahlad came out as a great devotee. And that's why Narad Muni told Yudhishthira, Prahlad had unflinching faith in Krishna and natural attraction. His attraction for Krishna was natural. He doesn't say here, Narad Muni, that he got that attraction because of me. But then it is understood that that favor was granted. Rupa Goswami says that favor to Prahlad was granted by Narada's best wishes, devotee's mercy. When Prahlad was in the womb of his mother, Narada instructed her in bhakti and desired that her child also takes advantage of his instructions. Thus, Prahlad developed all the characteristics of an advanced devotee within the womb only because of the blessing of a devotee. So Prabhupada says, if a pure devotee desires, may this happen, then Krishna will make it happen. Example of Megari, Parvat Muni told Narada, I mean, we obviously know. Parvat Muni told Narada, you are so glorious that by your mercy and good wishes, hunter Megari attained Bhava, Rati's Bhava, for Lord Achyuta. This comes in Skanda Purana. Megari was a hunter, Narad Muni blessed him. And because his heartfelt desire that Megari heart become transformed. In few words, Megari heart was transformed and he take up devotion with full faith. Today we are discussing about how Srila Prabhupada, because he desired in Fiji or in Russia, Prabhupada met Anant Shanti, or in Fiji he met one person. And Prabhupada desired, may Krishna conscious and may they become great devotees of the Lord and spread the mission. Because Prabhupada met only these two people in these two countries. And because Prabhupada desired, they took up so seriously, just few hours for Fiji. He took up so seriously, and when Prabhupada went, he started preaching, and with the help of those who preach and he himself, he started a temple in Fiji. Just by few hours spent with Srila Prabhupada, because Prabhupada desired. And because Prabhupada desired that Krishna consciousness be spread, Prabhupada was an empowered Satyavish. He was empowered by Krishna. So all the devotees, Prabhupada desired me to take up devotional service, and they all took up devotional service. And when Prabhupada left, many of them left actually. But when Prabhupada was there, because Prabhupada had that blessings on them, Prabhupada desired that books should be distributed. The devotees should come and join the mission. And it was going at a very high pace. Devotees thought the whole world will become Krishna conscious in few months or in few years. We will conquer over the whole world. Because Prabhupada was empowered, his pure devotee desire, his heartfelt desire, this should happen. We hear Prabhupada was walking by, Prabhupada thought, there should be a temple here. And whatever Prabhupada is desiring, Krishna will manifest it. So this is the mercy of devotee. Devotee mercy can do anything. So what we discussed is how can one attain Bhava? One can attain Bhava through Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, example of Narad Muni, through Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. We saw the example of that young girl who followed the gopis and Radharani and danced whole night. Then through Krishna's mercy can come in the form of a glance. Jungle province inhabitants, Krishna glanced at them, and they developed, tears came from their eyes, and they developed bhava for Krishna. Then either vachik, words, and Krishna told Narad Muni, may you have bhava, rati for me, which is unending bliss, and which is the crest jewel of all auspiciousness. And Narad Muni attained it. And the last example is Krishna had heartfelt wishes for Sukadev Goswami. And Sukadev Goswami was never captured by illusory energy, and he had that rati for Bhagavan, for Vishnu, for Krishna. Then this is how Krishna's mercy can come, through glance, through words, and through heartfelt wishes. And then one is Bhakta mercy, mercy of pure devotee. And we see Narad Muni wanted Mrigari to become a pure devotee, and Mrigari heart was transformed. Narad Muni wanted Prahlad to become a pure devotee within the womb, and Prahlad came as pure devotee of the Lord. So these are the various ways, but all the ways are very rare. Only sadhana bhakti is most common. But it is not that we are not dependent on mercy. We are dependent on mercy, but our mercy is attracted by our sadhana. So for us, the most important aspect is sadhana, and everything comes from there. Now next section is we come to the qualities of Bhava Bhakta, characteristic of one who has developed Bhava. There are 9 characteristics. One is Shanti. He is tolerance. He is tolerant, and he is perseverance. He can persevere, and he is very tolerant. Avyartha Kalatvam, he does not waste time. Virakti, he is detached from material enjoyment. Man Shunyata, there is no pride, doesn't hanker for material respect. He is not proud about his achievement. Asha Bandha, hope and confidence in Krishna's mercy. Samutkantha, longing for the Lord's service, very eager. Nama Gane Sada Ruchi, Sada Ruchi means he always had taste for chanting Krishna's name. Ashakti Guna Kyane, attachment to discuss Krishna's qualities, very eager, hear about Krishna. And then Priti Vashati Sthale, love for Krishna's above, and he has great attachment to Vrindavan Dham. Now, some more on it. Shanti, tolerance. Tolerance means being undisturbed. This is also an important topic. What are the qualities of devotees in Bhava? Being undisturbed even when there is a cause of disturbance. This is tolerance. King Parikshit was cursed to die in 7 days by the Brahmana boy named Shringi. That undisturbed Parikshit said, "Let the sages Ganges and the Lord accept me as a surrendered servant. I don't mind the Brahmana's curse. Let the snake bird come and bite me at once. I only desire to hear about Lord Vishnu." First canto, last chapter. Sukadev, the sages came. And so far, Sukadev Goswami has not entered, but the sages came. So Parikshit Maharaj was glorifying the sages. And Parikshit Maharaj told the sages, he was very grateful that the sages have came. He told the sages, please glorify Vishnu. I don't mind if I don't mind the Brahmana's curse, I don't mind the snake, but I don't mind death. No matter what happens, I only want to attain the position of a surrendered servant of Ganga, of all of you, the sages, of Narayan, the Lord, the Ganga, the sages. If you all can accept me that I am your eternal servant, and if you all can speak the glories of Hari, that's all I aspire. And the Brahmana curse and the snake bite and death, let it come and happen at once. I don't care. Let the glories of the Lord be gone. So this is like the tolerance, being undisturbed even when there is a cause of disturbance. Another example is Maharaj Ambarish, not disturbed when fiery demon came. Although there is a cause of disturbance, this is one of the first characteristic of Bhava, Shanti. Then there's Avyakta Kalatvam, not wasting time. Devotees praise Krishna. Vagvistuvanto manasa smarantas tanva namanto piyanisham natipta bhakta shravannetra jala samagram ayud hare eva samarpayanti. Devotees praise Krishna with their words, remember him with their minds. See, devotees praise Krishna with their words, remember, so their minds are always thinking of Krishna. Their words are always glorifying Krishna. Their bodies are continuously offering respect to Krishna, but they are still not satisfied. With tears flowing from their eyes, the devotees of the Lord offer their complete lives to Him, which basically means they don't waste a single moment. Here's an example. I think this relates to Maharaj Ambarish. Anyways, the words are constantly serving Krishna, the mind is constantly serving Krishna, and the body is continuously offering respect to Krishna. And despite continuous service, they are not satisfied. With tears flowing from their eyes, the devotees of the Lord offer their complete life to Krishna. So they're constantly Krishna conscious. Not wasting time does not mean we are only running. Not wasting time means they are always serving Krishna through devotional service. That includes physical service, and that includes mainly mental service. Then there is Virakti, detachment, having a natural distaste for sense object. Maharaj Dhruva gave up his wife, children, friend, and empire, just as one gives up stool after evacuating. It was easy for him because he was fond of serving the Lord. So he had Virakti, complete natural distaste for sense object, and he was not attached to anything. Likewise, Maharaj Yudhishthira, when he heard the news Krishna has departed, he just left toward the Himalayas, and there was no attachment. And like Maharaj Bharat, so they had this, just like one passes stool and after evacuation and just gives it up. So likewise, one gave up wife, children, friend, and empire. Cannot be copied, but this is from Bhagavatam, an example of Virakti. Detachment does not mean artificially keeping oneself apart from allurements. Real detachment is to remain unattracted even in the presence of such allurements. When there is allurement present, and if we are not attracted to that, then there is a real detachment that it doesn't bother. That's why Krishna says one who is free from three modes. There is no attraction, there is no repulsion. It's like neutral, doesn't bother because he's in an internal consciousness. So real detachment is not letting go of things, but to remain unattracted even in the presence of such allurements. In the initial stages, a devotee must try to stay away from allurements, attachments. It's important at our stages who have attachment to stay away from them. But a mature devotee is not attracted even in the presence of material allurements. Prabhupada says, in front of naked woman, Prabhupada told this driver, you will be disturbed, I won't be. So for Srila Prabhupada, it doesn't matter. But then we cannot copy Srila Prabhupada. So whatever our allurements are, it's an example. We must stay away. It can be a phone, it can be I don't know, whatever caught us, can be a television, can be whatever. We cannot be like undisturbed. So a devotee in initial stages, a devotee must try to stay away from alluring attachments. But a mature devotee, for him it doesn't matter. That's a state of virakti. Then there is man shunyata, means man, pratishtha का इच्छा शून्य है, pridelessness, zero man, pridelessness, to remain humble in spite of being in a high position. Emperor Bhagirath, though the crest jewel among kings, became a mendicant and begged from his enemies and offered respect to the dog eaters, Padmapura. Bhagirath, best of the king, but his own enemy, usually people don't want to. We heard the story of Lala Babu. He will beg everywhere, but he would not beg to his enemies. But when he begged to his enemies, his guru gave him initiation. So here Bhagirath, it says he was so mana shunyata. He became a mendicant and begged from his enemies and offered respect to the dog eaters. There is no like I am something valuable. It wasn't there for him. Then there is Asha Bandha, hope, firm conviction, confidence that one will attain Krishna's favor. Example of Sanatana Goswami. I have no love for Krishna, nor causes of developing that love, namely hearing and chanting and bhakti. So Sanatana Goswami is telling, I have no love for Krishna, and I have no love for Shravanam and Kirtanam also. First, love develops for hearing and chanting, and that leads to love for Krishna. But he says, I have no. That's why Ruchi comes first and Prema comes later. So Santa Goswami says, no Prema and no Ruchi for hearing Shravanam and Kirtanam. I don't meditate on Vishnu in yoga, and I can't even think of him, don't have attraction, think of him. But since you are most merciful to the least qualified, though I have impure desires, O dear lover of the gopis, my aspiration for you continue to agitate me. So Sadhana Goswami is telling, this is Asha Bandha, means, my Lord, I have no taste in hearing, chanting. I cannot remember you. I have no love for you. But because you are so merciful, I request you to continue agitate me with love. Keep showering your blessing onto me, although there is no qualification in me. This is Asha Bandha, hope, firm conviction, confidence that one will attain Krishna's favor despite lack of all qualifications. Then Samutkantha, longing, having intense greed and eagerness for attaining service to the Lord. A person in stage of Bhava has deep longing, intense greed and eagerness to attain Lord's favor. Example of Bilva Mangal Thakur. Krishna with his bent black eyebrows, thick eyelashes, attractive and shifty eyes, soft words which melt the heart, sweet and red lips, and intoxicating flute sound, and chants the universe. I long to see that Krishna in Vrindavan. So one of the qualities is longing. A Bhava Bhakta has intense greed and eagerness to serve the Lord. We saw that in the definition of Bhava Bhakti also. And Bilva Mangal Thakur had a great longing. I long to see you, Krishna, in Vrindavan. I long to see you who is bent in threefold bended form. I want to see that form of yours. I want to see the black eyebrows of yours. I want to see your eyelashes. I want to see your attractive and shifty eyes. I want to hear the soft words of yours which melt my heart. I want to see your sweet and red lips. And I want to hear the intoxicating sound of your flute which enchant the universe. Oh my Lord, when will I see you again? I'm longing to see you. So this is the longing of Bilwa Mangal Thakur. Then there is Naam Gane Sadaruchi, taste for chanting holy name. One of the associates of Radharani said, O Lord Govinda, the daughter of King Vishabhanu is now shedding tears like honey drops from a lotus as she anxiously chants your holy name, Krishna, Krishna, in a supremely sweet voice. This is Krishna Karnamrita by, I think it's by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur or Bilwa Mangal Thakur, one of them. So this says that one of the associate of Radharani said that Radharani is anxiously chanting the name Krishna, Krishna in supremely sweet voice. Example, of course, for when I heard first time, like obviously Radharani is deeply absorbed and chanting Krishna, Krishna, but the principle is with deep longing, they always chant the name of Krishna. Example is Radharani. Tad guna khaye ashakti, attachment to discuss Krishna's qualities. Again, Krishna Karnamrita, that youthful Krishna with the qualities of Cupid, who is extremely sweet and extremely fickle, has stolen my heart. What should I do? That youthful Krishna with the qualities of Cupid, who is extremely sweet and extremely fickle, has stolen my heart. What should I do? So this is, I think, one of the gopis speaking this to another, that they are discussing Krishna's quality. And one of the Krishna's quality is Krishna's sweet form. So she is telling, one gopi is telling to another gopi that this youthful boy, he who is extremely sweet and extremely fickle. Fickle means he keeps going from one place to another. So, and then he keeps looking here and there. So who is extremely fickle, but extremely sweet. He has stolen my heart. What should I do? So they love to discuss about Krishna in a confidential manner and nobody can hear. So attachment to discuss Krishna's quality. Like, if you really love somebody or if you really are attached to somebody, you like to speak about them or you like to hear about them. That's a sign of attachment. You like to speak about them or you like to hear about them, and gives so much pleasure to the heart. And when that is directed towards Krishna, that is perfection. You like to, when that attachment develops to Krishna and the mind is stolen by Krishna, like really stolen by Krishna, then you like to see him, you like to speak about him, you like, and anybody hearing about him, feel like, wow, let me hear about him more. So that's another thing that manifests as a stage of Bhava, attachment to discuss Krishna's quality. And Tad Vasati Sthale Pritihi, love for Krishna's abode or love for Vrindavan. Nanda's house was here. This is where Krishna broke the cart. Here is where Damodar, who cuts material bondage, was bound up by Mother Yashoda. When will I be fortunate enough to wander in Vrajbhumi with tears, bringing streams of nectar flowing from the mouth of an elder Mathuravasi? I think this is Padyavali, so this is an unknown author. Padyavali is a book written by Rupa Goswami, but he wrote quoting verses from various authors. Narad Muni also had that mood. Oh, when will I? Not Narad, Narottam Das Thakur. When will I be in Vrindavan again? Narottam Das Thakur Guru, Lokanath Goswami, he told him never come to Vrindavan again. So he was only crying and he was like, oh Vrindavan, you have given me shelter earlier and that was a great mercy. But because of some mistake, now you have kicked me out. And when will you give me shelter again? in your under your care. When will you call me to Vrindavan again? But Guru instruction, so he never went back to Vrindavan again. But then this is Nanda's house. This is where Krishna broke the cart. Here is where Damodar, who cuts material bondage, was bound by Mother Yashoda. So eagerness to go to Dham and to discuss about Dham and to live in Dham. So that's another quality of a stage of Bhava. When somebody attains Bhava, they want to live in Dham. They have the same attraction for Krishna as they have for Vrindavan, because Vrindavan and Krishna are non-different. And they want to stay in Vrindavan, they never want to leave Vrindavan. And they have such attachment. We see that in our Goswamis, in Raghunath Das Goswami. We see that in Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, never want to leave the Dham. We see that in Prabodhana Saraswati. And they have written, we see that Indra Prabhu, they have such love for Dham that they never want to leave it. And why? Because this attachment to Dham, love for Vrindavan, love for Krishna's abode will appear at the stage of Bhava. If somebody asks me, do you want to go to Vrindavan? I'll be like, no, I'm okay in Grand Rapids. I will serve here. Why? No attachment to Dham. But anyways, these are 9 qualities of a person who has developed a quality of Bhava. Then there is Ratya Abhas. Rati means Bhava, Abhas means a glimpse or a semblance or similarity. Semblance of Rati means भाव जैसा लगता है पर एक्चुअली भाव है नहीं. A reflection अलग है, पर रत्याभास मीन्स a semblance, वैसा दिखने में वैसा लगता है. Sometimes melting of heart or desire to stay in Krishna's abode and so on are visible in those who desire liberation. But their symptoms are not bhava because they just desire liberation. So Rupa Goswami is telling there are some people who just want mukti and they're not very much attached to Krishna. But sometimes even those who are desiring liberation, they also, like one person came and he is a jnani, follower of Adi Shankaracharya. And he says, when I hear about Krishna, my heart melts, tears come from my eyes. And I'm like, Prabhu, okay, good for you. But actually, Krishna is a person, Krishna is not formless. But he sometimes feels them. I mean, I'm sure he's not lying, he feels them. So here Rupa Goswami says, that's not bhav. Sometimes melting of heart or desire to stay in Krishna's abode and so on are visible in those who desire liberation, mumukshu. But their symptoms are not bhav, because bhav, that's why these are secondary characteristics, the symptoms. Just you exhibit symptom does not mean now you have attained bhav. Bhav primary characteristics is a great, like 9 symptoms that we saw, that will manifest, all 9 of them. And then primary, there is a great longing to attain Krishna and to serve Krishna. And the heart is melting to be with Krishna. That is bhav. One who has real rati desires only to please the Lord. This is a primary characteristic. If other desires are present, it should not be considered rati, in spite of the presence of some symptoms. Then don't consider it rati. That's why it's called, it's a semblance. It looks like bhav. Tears are coming. He wants Vrindavan abode. By hearing Krishna, his heart melts, but it's not bhav. How can rati appear in those who have desires for enjoyment or liberation? Rupa Goswami says desire for enjoyment and liberation are like haunted desires, constantly haunt the conditioned soul. So when one is conditioned, he hasn't even crossed the stage of anartha nivritti. How can rati appear in such a person who want to enjoy this material world and desire liberation? Such persons do not perform pure bhakti. Rati appears in those who have no material desires. Rati is not given by Krishna even to the devotees immediately, as it is very confidential. Even those who are very sincere, Krishna does not give them immediately. After very long time, Krishna gives them rati. Then how can those whose heart are not pure, who still have material desires, how can they exhibit rati? That's why it's called Ratya Abhas, a semblance of rati. Ratya Abhas, or it's also called Bhava Abhas. Abhas matlab ऐसा लगता है, is a semblance of rati or bhava exhibited by mixed devotee, not Shuddha Bhakta. It astounds ignorant people but those in knowledge understand the reality. So जो बेवकूफ लोग होते हैं ना, दे विल थिंक अरे इसको भाव मिले, इसको भाव, अरे भाव इतना चीप थोड़ी ना है कि ऐसे उसे गली में मिल जाएगा आपको। भाव मतलब, भाव मीन्स it's it's a really advanced platform. So, but the ignorant people, they will be like, wow, great, he has bhav. It sounds ignorant people, but those in knowledge understand the reality. This bhav is of two type. Two type of pratya abhas, a semblance. One is called pratibimba, pratya abhas. Pratibimba, pratyabhas means is a reflection. A reflection of bhav is characterized by few apparent qualities of rati like tears, accompanied by desires for enjoyment and liberation. Bhog apavarga saukya. Pavarga means material life. Apavarga means liberation. Bhog and apavarga. Those who want enjoyment and those who want liberation, with those desires, sometimes they feel, even if they want material happiness and they want liberation, and they feel tears in their eyes or the heart melts. So that is called pratibimba ratyabhas. It's only a semblance. It's only a reflection. Reflection of rati is characterized by few apparent qualities of rati like tears accompanied by desires for enjoyment and liberation. Even such a reflection of rati awards enjoyment and liberation without much effort by the sadhaka. But even if they have tears for Krishna, even if they want with the desire of material enjoyment, Krishna will fulfill their material enjoyment. So in a way, that is also good. At least you are crying, keeping Krishna in the center. Even such a reflection of rati awards enjoyment and liberation without much effort by sadhaka. Whatever you want, Krishna will give you. At least your heart melted for Krishna, even with this. But it is not a real bhav. It is only a semblance. Occasional association with real devotees. Pratibimba ratyabhas can occur when, like, you are with your spiritual master in a kirtan with your spiritual master, and it's very deep, and you feel some tears in your eyes. There's an example. Now, when you go back, material desire is in the heart. Desire for independence, liberation, um, that is also there in the heart. But then pure devotee devotion is also touching the heart. So we are crying, though we have material desire. So if we are crying, does not mean we have attained Bhava. Because we don't have that deep, intense longing to please Krishna and to serve Krishna and to attain Krishna. That is not there. That is a primary characteristic. So occasional association of real devotees can give a semblance of bhava. Another is following the anga of bhakti, such as chanting. Sometimes we may chant because Rupa Goswami says chanting, hearing. Sometimes hearing can bring tears in our eyes. Sometimes chanting or glorifying Krishna, or chanting on beats or sankirtan, that can bring tears to the eyes. Sometimes reading Bhagavatam can bring tears to the eyes. Sometimes visiting Vrindavan Dham can bring tears to the eyes. So Rupa Goswami says this can take us to Bhava, any of the following, but that Bhava is, it can take us, but if the heart has material desires and desire for mukti, then it is only a reflection. It's not the real thing. Then there is Chaya Ratyabhas. So Ratyabhas, there is Pratibimba, reflection of Rati. Chaya Ratyabhas is splendor of Rati. Means splendor means जैसे aura है, एक होता है ना भाव. So भाव का aura touch करना है. मतलब there is slight touch. It is higher than reflection, has some similarity to real Rati, and is characterized by slight curiosity. Shuddra Kautuhala, about the Lord, which is unstable, yet destroys suffering. Dukkha Harini. So there is some curiosity. I really want to hear about Krishna. And that curiosity or that eagerness to Krishna conscious, it's not stable. It is chanchal. In some time they feel like they're not pure devotees. They have some curiosity. They are eager. But that eagerness is not continuous. Sometimes they become very eager and they hear and they feel so good. sometimes they can get, and that itself can destroy all the suffering, that small eagerness for Krishna. But it is just a semblance of rati, because it is not continuous. That's why it is called, it is unstable, chanchal, but it still destroys the suffering. Chaya Ratyabhas appears even in ignorant people by actions pleasing to the Lord. Observing festivals, going for pilgrimage, associating with devotees, just by rendering some service, by doing some arati, they can do something, and it's chaya. It is eventually, it eventually bestows auspiciousness to those people and appears only the great good fortune. They are innocent people, uh, um, and they have some curiosity. They they get some feeling, and that's a semblance. Okay, then destruction of Ratyabhas and Rati. By the great mercy of the pure devotee, Ratyabhas can become real Rati. We may have a semblance, but if a devotee blesses us, Shuddha Bhakta blesses us, then Ratyabhas can become real Rati. But by offending that devotee, even the best Ratyabhas gradually wanes, just as the full moon in the sky gradually wanes. So Shuddha Bhakta, by whose mercy we can get Ratyabhas, Shuddha Bhakta can give us pure Rati, and by offending a Shuddha Bhakta, the abhas of Rati can go away. Anyways, it's a abhas, because भौतिक इच्छाएं हैं, आभास ही है, पर भक्तों की कृपा से वो आभास एक्चुअल भाव में बदल सकता है. पर भक्तों का प्राप्त करेंगे तो वो जो आभास आ रहा है ना, वो आभास ही चला जाएगा, ग्रेजुअली वो आभास चला जाएगा. It is an if the offense is grave, even real bhava can be destroyed. If the offense is medium, real bhava turns to bhava abhas. एक होता है ना, आपको बहुत भाव आ गया, पर मीडियम अपराध किया तो it will only turn into a semblance. Real thing will go away. Only reflection will remain. Once in a while, here and there, only reflection. Sometimes tears may come, but that real eagerness to really surrender life to Krishna and trying to please Krishna, trying to attain Krishna, that thing will go away. Just as symptoms will remain. So just abhas will remain if it's a medium offense. If it's a great grave offense, the whole bhava will be destroyed, or semblance will remain. And if the offense is slight, bhava decreases its intensity or degrades to an inferior type. Then thoda matlab bhava may still be there if slight offense, but it won't be the same like full blown desire to serve and attain Krishna. It will wane down, or it will go to an inferior type. Bad association, by intimately associating with those who desires impersonal liberation, once bhava become bhava abhas, or worship of oneself as a lord. Ahangrahopasana, or monism. Asatsang, if like especially Mayavat sang, will convert one's bhav to bhava abhas, or one will degrade. So don't associate intimately with impersonalist Mayavadis. And then other causes of bhava, I think this is the last slide. Bhava from past life. Bhava sometimes appears suddenly in a person without sadhana, without mercy, or without scriptural knowledge, because in the previous life some obstacle, generally offense to a devotee, interrupted that person's sadhana, and in this life the obstacle has finally been removed. Example of Vritrasura. And Prabhupada says some offense, to for whatever reason. Sometimes we say it's not an offense, sometimes we say there was a slight offense. But anyways, he was cursed by Mother Parvati, maybe without a reason, maybe for a slight reason, however you want to call it. But then he lost it, and then he took a form of a demon. But because and that was nullified when Lord Shiva preached to Parvati, and she had no feeling and she was amazed. So when he came in a demon body as Vatrasura, full-blown bhava came back again. So this is bhava from past life. He did not do any sadhana in Vratrasura. He did not look for any mercy or guru. He did not have scriptural knowledge, but full-blown bhava. Another example is Gajendra also. Gajendra also, because of offense, took an elephant body, and at the end of the life, full-blown bhava to Narayan. Narayan come and saved him. So this is other cause of bhava. There is no sadhana. He was just enjoying with his wife and children and elephant bodies, but Bhava came when the remembrance came. Then Bhava attained by Krishna's mercy is most amazing, gives all powers and is very great. But if Krishna's mercy gives Bhava, that's most amazing. Example is the author of the book, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. They attained that Bhava by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So Rupa Goswami himself is telling that Bhava attained by Krishna's mercy is most amazing, gives all powers and is very great. Then apparent faults in Bhava Bhakti or some external bad conduct, Vaigunyam, should not make one disrespectful to him because he is successful in all respect by attaining Bhava. Apiche Suduracharo Bhajante Navamidevak. So here, a Bhava Bhakta, there may be some apparent fault in Bhava Bhakta. They may speak in a certain way, they may maybe dress in a certain way, they look in a certain way, they talk in a certain way. So there may be apparent fault in Bhava Bhakta, some external bad conduct, but it should not make a devotee disrespectful to them because they are completely successful just because they have attained Bhava. So all pure devotee, that's why Rupa Goswami also says nectar of instruction to not find fault in the external of a pure devotee. Just the fact that they are pure devotee means Krishna is pleased with them, thoroughly pleased with them. So because he is successful in all respect by attaining Bhava. Example, a person who is fully dedicated to the Lord may externally show some contamination. Maybe sometime he may perform a forbidden act, but he shines due to his internal devotion. Just as the full moon, though marked by the figure of a rabbit, is never overcome by darkness. Nasimha Puran. In a full moon, there may be a rabbit mark, which is there. But then nobody criticizes moon. See, you have a rabbit mark. But full shine is there, full moon is there. Everyone is pleased to see the full moon. Likewise, a devotee who is fully dedicated to the Lord may externally show some contamination. He may perform some forbidden acts, but please don't criticize them. Or any devotee, please don't criticize them because they shine due to their internal devotion. Just as a full moon is not overcome, even if there's a rabbit darkness mark, it's not overcome by darkness, still shine. So the devotees still shine by their inner internal devotion. Rati is naturally and eternally dynamic due to its continuous ever increasing desires to please the Lord. This is the primary symptom. Eternally continuous ever increasing desire to please the Lord. That's how Rati is naturally and eternally dynamic due to Rati or Bhava means again and again intense desire to please the Lord, intense desire to serve the Lord, intense desire to attain the Lord. That is super intense. And these emotions comes continuously in newer and newer forms and ways. And they are very dynamic by nature. Keeps on coming, keeps on coming. It is full of eternal bliss and manifests variety of ecstatic symptoms, tastier than millions of moons. Okay, so we took 1 hour 10 minutes, not super bad. But let's see, how was it? Was it very difficult? How many were able to follow? Do you have any question?
Prabhuji, it was an excellent lecture. A lot to learn, a lot to comprehend, but it was so touching, Prabhuji. It was so good. And thank you very much. And Prabhuji, I have a question that on Saturday, we're having a program here at our place. And I see on the calendar is that it's Shivratri. Is there anything special we need to do?
Oh, maybe I'll talk about this later on with you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, kindly send me the link.
Can you say that again?
Please send me the link that you promised me about Radhanath Swami.
Yeah, okay, I remember this. I will send you this.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, any other question on this topic? Were devotees able to follow? Was it too complex?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if there are no other comments, questions, we can end here. Thank you all for joining. If I spoke anything inappropriate, please forgive me. The humble service. One chakal patarupesha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnavendra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My obeisances, Dhamma Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Ji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So,
Done.
Prabhuji,
हाँ Hare Krishna. Okay, I think. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We'll end here.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dhanyavad.
Krishna.
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.